What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Man, this story is absolutely unbelievable. And honestly, it's a reminder that every employee should pay attention to. If you're the type of person who's constantly going above and beyond for your company, working overtime, showing up early, or taking on extra responsibilities without extra pay, listen to this carefully. Consider this a reality check, because at the end of the day, loyalty in the corporate world doesn't always get rewarded. No matter how hard you work, you're still an employee, and in many cases, you're just another name on the payroll. The unfortunate truth is that companies can decide to move on from you at any moment without warning, and speaking of that, ESPN has reportedly parted ways with longtime NFL analyst Ryan Clark. According to multiple reports, the network let Ryan Clark go on Monday as part of a larger wave of layoffs taking place across ESPN this week. What makes this story even more surprising is that Ryan Clark originally joined ESPN while he was still an active NFL player, building a respected broadcasting career alongside his football career. He also earned an Emmy Award for Outstanding Personality and Studio Analyst in 2023, making his departure even more shocking. But here's the part that really has people talking. It isn't just the fact that Ryan Clark lost his job, it's the way it reportedly happened. While he was live on NFL Live, ESPN allegedly informed him during the show that he was being laid off. That's right. According to the reports, Ryan Clark found out he was losing his job while he was still on the air, and that's the detail that's leaving so many people stunned.
Elite neighbors, and I believe Isaiah likely could be a huge reason why you can be patient. When you think about the way he was paired with Mark Andrews in Baltimore, he was the guy that gave you the explosive play that could stretch you down the seam. And now with Jackson Dart, to give him an outlet that's closer to the line of scrimmage, closer to the tackle box, I believe Matt Nagy understands how to utilize a tight end, and he could have a young Travis Kelce effect for this New York Giants offense. I believe he is just waiting to be unleashed. And you add Theo Johnson to that, who was already in New York, who we've seen make some athletic plays on the outside, but it could also be an inline blocking tight end. Along with the 21 personnel Mina mentioned, we could see some of that 12, and then also incorporating Patrick Ricard so we could get those big packages along with Cam Scatterboo that were huge.
When the show returned from its commercial break, Ryan Clark was nowhere to be seen for the final 10 minutes of the broadcast. That detail alone has a lot of people calling the situation unprofessional and questioning how everything was handled behind the scenes. According to reports, ESPN was originally expected to notify employees about the layoffs the following day, which makes this situation even more confusing. Hold up, if the network already knew Ryan Clark was going to be let go, why have him appear on the show in the first place? Maybe that's standard company protocol, but it's still raising a lot of eyebrows across social media. Now, to be fair, Ryan Clark has never been afraid to share strong opinions, and some of his hot takes have definitely divided fans over the years. In fact, some viewers are already pointing back to the on-air disagreement he had with fellow ESPN analyst Peter Schrager last year, wondering if that incident had anything to do with what happened. Whether there's any connection or not remains unclear, but that's one of the biggest questions people are asking right now.
Are you feeling, okay, you look at A.J. Brown, which is this #1 wide receiver who got one target all night, and then you got CeeDee Lamb. But that's the,
when was the one target?
That's the target,
but
though.
I'm saying, when was the one target?
I'm saying you could have it both ways.
54 seconds left in the game on 2nd and 11. It was the one target. He runs the out route.
You wake up this morning
corners
saying
got
A.J. Brown had a better day than CeeDee Lamb?
But you know what you wake up saying, though? A.J. Brown's team is 1-0.
Of course.
Right, like that's what
I get it.
But the thing is this, though, and we shouldn't do this on TV, and so I apologize if people think this is rude. That's the non-player.
Oh, stop! CeeDee Lamb is.
Let me tell you why. I'm not looking at fantasy football.
Ryan, I'm not. Don't belittle me like that. I could come in and say, as 3 ex-players are saying one thing, and give an alternative perspective that maybe CeeDee Lamb did play well. And
Peter, what I need for you to do is not get mad and let me finish for one.
Okay, go on.
It wasn't about you. It was going to be about me.
Okay.
As a player, I can't speak for CeeDee.
Since this happened, a lot of people have started speculating that ESPN executives simply weren't behind Ryan Clark anymore, especially with reports that the network was interested in giving Peter Schrager a bigger role and potentially his own show. Whether that's actually connected or not hasn't been confirmed, but it's definitely become part of the conversation. Several media personalities have already weighed in, and their reactions have been impossible to ignore. Clay. Travis called the situation diabolical, saying he had never heard of someone being fired while live on the air in sports media, and adding that an entire network would have to dislike someone for that to happen. Emmanuel Acco took the opposite approach, praising Ryan Clark by saying he's one of the most talented television personalities in the business, reminding everyone that he helped NFL Live win its first Emmy Awards, and encouraging him to keep pushing forward. Now, whether you're a fan of Ryan Clark or you've disagreed with his opinions over the years, one thing a lot of people seem to agree on is that the way this was reportedly handled doesn't sit right. A person who spent more than a decade contributing to your company deserves to be treated with a certain level of respect. Ryan Clark built a reputation for being dependable and was always willing to step in whenever ESPN needed him across different programs. So you're telling me the network couldn't wait another 30 minutes until the show was over before delivering news that serious? Hold up. That's the part that has so many people shaking their heads. And while I know it's probably unlikely, if I'm Stephen A. Smith, I'd at least expect some kind of public response, because moments like this affect the entire workplace culture. If your colleague is treated this way, eventually somebody has to speak up. Man, this story leaves more questions than answers. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think ESPN simply followed company protocol, or do you believe there was something bigger happening behind the scenes? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next update.